Hey everyone, I'm Bklyn Tich, and welcome to my very first tech video here on the channel. I usually dive into fandom merch, unboxings, and all things magical and mischievous. And starting this week, I'm adding weekly tech content too, covering the latest gear, gadgets, and gaming that I personally love. So if you're into fandom and tech, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button, and let's go on this ride together. Now let's talk Nintendo. I was literally in the middle of editing this video to go live when boom, Nintendo dropped a statement delaying the Nintendo Switch 2 pre-orders in the US. They were officially set to open on Wednesday, April 9th, but now they're on hold. Why? Tariffs. The US government announced a new round of import tariffs, and since the Switch 2 is manufactured in Vietnam and China, Nintendo's pausing pre-orders to assess the financial impact. They released an official statement saying, quote, pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 in the US will not start April 9th, 2025, in order to assess the potential impact of tariffs and evolving market conditions. Nintendo will update timing at a later date. The launch date of June 5th, 2025 is unchanged. So yeah, the June release is still happening, thank goodness. But we just don't know exactly when pre-orders will go live. Now let's break down the Nintendo Direct stream from last week. All the features, updates, and game reveals we actually care about, without sitting through the full hour-long presentation. Switch 2 hardware and design. Let's start with hardware. The 1080p screen with HDR support and up to 120 frames per second, which is going to be great for faster-paced games like Metroid. New LCD display, more vibrant and smoother than the original Switch. Magnetic Joy-Con 2 controllers that now function like a mouse. A brand new interaction style, especially useful in puzzle games like Drag and Drive. Built-in microphone with voice isolation and a dedicated mute button. The screenshot button is now a C button, and the C stands for Game Chat, letting you connect with friends right from the system. Larger SL and SR buttons on the Joy-Con 2 controllers, which is a welcome change for those with bigger hands like my husband. Dedicated port for third-party cameras and mics, plus a new Nintendo camera for easier screen recording and content creation, no capture card required. Internal storage has been increased to 256 gigs, so you'll be able to store way more games right on the system without immediately running out of space. Huge win. New features, Game Share, Game Chat, and Screen Sharing. This is where it gets really interesting. Game Share allows players to join certain compatible games together, even in solo mode titles. Game Screen Sharing is designed to let you share specific parts of your gameplay, like your Zelda builds, with someone you know. It's private, safe, and feels very family-oriented. Content creators might not need it, but kids and parents will really appreciate the extra layer of protection and simplicity. Games, games, and more games. Now here's what's coming to Switch 2. Mario Kart WORLD, the 9th installment in the Mario Kart series. This game introduces open world exploration, dynamic weather conditions like rain and fog, and supports up to 24 racers per race, doubling the previous limit. It's set to be a launch title for the Switch 2 on June 5th, 2025. Metroid Prime 4. Samus Aran's next adventure comes with significant enhancements for the Switch 2. The game will run at 4K 60 frames per second in dock mode and 1080p and 120 frames per second in handheld mode, offering a visually stunning experience. Drag and Drive, a Joy-Con-driven puzzle game where you literally drag your way through the stages. Totally reminds me of how they showcased 1-2 Switch back in the day. It would have been cool as a freebie, but I'm hoping it's at least low cost to show off those new Joy-Con features. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Enhanced Edition. This isn't a new title, but it's optimized for Switch 2 with improved lighting, loading, and frame rates. It looked absolutely beautiful and stunning. Elden Ring Tarnished Edition. This award-winning action RPG is making its way to the Switch too, including the base game and the Shadow of the Erd Tree expansion. I hope I said that right. Donkey Kong Bananza, a new 3D platformer featuring our favorite 8, set to release on July 17, 2025. This one gave me nostalgia vibes, and I was very excited to see Donkey Kong in a new form factor. Kirby Air Ride 2, a full sequel to the cult classic, a game clean and colorful. Borderlands 4 Dusk Bloods, This one was a visual standout. Gorgeous textures coming in 2026. Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment. A prequel-style action game focusing on Princess Zelda set before the main Zelda timeline. There was also mention of Cyberpunk. So it'll be really interesting to see how these look and play on the new Nintendo Switch system. Final thoughts on why I love Nintendo. So here's my take. Nintendo knows its audience. While Xbox and PlayStation tend to target more hardcore or mature gamers, Nintendo is always about relative and family-friendly fun. Accessibility and nostalgia with a twist of modern magic. They keep their ecosystem safe, creative, and open to everyone, from longtime fans like me to a whole new generation like my daughter of gamers. The pre-order delay, yes, it's frustrating, but I'd rather wait than pay more because of the tariffs. And we still don't know how much that's going to cost us. And the June 5th release is still on track. If you're excited about the Switch 2, let me know in the comments. And don't forget, this is just the beginning of tech content here on my channel. I'll be reviewing more of my favorite gear each week, so hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on those notifications so you don't miss what's next, especially when I finally get my hands on this thing to unbox it. Until then, I'm BklynTich. Thanks for hiding out with me. I'll see you in the next one.